his statement, and I give the floor to the representative of the Russian Federation.
Mr. President, we would like to thank the Special Envoy Huang Xia and the Executive Secretary of the ICJLR, João Samuel Caholo, for their briefings. We also listened very carefully what was said by Dinesh Mahtani. We welcome the presence with us of the representatives of the DRC and the countries in the region. It is clear to us that the key impact on the situation in the Great Lakes region is still being made by the dire situation in the east of the DRC. Unfortunately, despite the joint military operations by the Congolese and Ugandan army units, and despite also the efforts made by the MONUSCO peacekeepers, we can still see that there's an increased activity in the eastern of DRC by the illegal armed groups. Yet another tragic illustration of that was what happened on the 29th of March, where a UN mission helicopter was downed by the fighters. It had on board a Russian military observer, Colonel Alexei Mizura. We would like to offer our heartfelt condolences to the families and loved ones of the peacekeepers. It's important to conduct a thorough and transparent investigation of the circumstances here, including through the UN Secretariat, and make sure that the responsible are brought to justice. We note with concerns the information about the links between some illegal armed groups in the DRC with terrorist organizations, and would like to confirm our commitment to combating international terrorism in all its forms and manifestations. At the same time, we continue being of the view that using exclusively military measures, it will not be possible to find a lasting normalization in DRC. What we need to do is make sure that a comprehensive implementation of the PSC framework on peace, security, and the cooperation in the east of DRC and JLR of 2013. Everything possible needs also to be done to improve the socioeconomic situation in the region, and there needs to be an effective implementation of the disarmament, demobilization, and the reintegration of former combatant programs needs to be implemented, as well as moving forward the national reconciliation processes. What remains acute is the issue of the illegal exploitation of natural resources. This is being used by the fighters to fund their activity and strengthen their fighting potential. Overall, we have a positive view of the trend to develop dialogue amongst the GLR countries and their intent to develop practical cooperation so as to stabilize the situation in the region. We welcome the peacekeeping roles by the leaders of the GLR states as well as sub-regional organizations, the Southern African Development Community, and the International Conference on the Great Lakes region. We expect that the meeting in February amongst the heads of states and governments under the regional oversight mechanism within the framework will help us strengthen the sub-regional interaction and will accelerate the peace process. We also note that the recent high-level meeting in Nairobi summit, as the result, the countries in the region managed to arrive at important agreements. We fully support the UN efforts to promote the UN strategy for peace, consolidation, conflict prevention, conflict resolution, as well as the UN work on implementing the plan of action. Under this strategy, we in turn would like to reiterate that we stand ready to help stabilize the GLR through promoting dialogue and constructive cooperation amongst countries in the region, and we intend to cooperate fruitfully with the relevant UN institutions and its representatives on this. I thank you for your attention.
I thank the representative of the Russian Federation for her statement.